Hi, this is Doug Wojcieszak, founder of SorryWorks. Welcome to another SorryWorks Minute. In today's SorryWorks Minute, we're going to talk about plaintiffs' lawyers and disclosure meetings. Specifically, it's come to our attention that there still is some confusion out there, about what do you do if you're having a disclosure meeting with a patient or family, and the patient or family brings their attorney, brings the plaintiff's attorney. More specifically, we've heard stories, or there's stuff floating around out there that people are, hospitals and insurance companies are, breaking off meetings or canceling meetings if the attorney walks in the door with the patient or family. Let me be absolutely clear. If you cancel me, if you're doing disclosure, if you're a disclosure organization and you get all the way up to, hey, let's sit down and talk about what happened with the care that went wrong. Let's talk about, the complication. Let's talk about our review. We want to sit down and be open and honest with you. And the family walks in with a plaintiff's attorney and you just cancel everything off right then and there. That sends the absolute worst message. That sends a message that you were trying to manipulate the patient or family all along, that there was something you were going to tell them maybe that they wouldn't understand, but now they've got their lawyer here. Well, we don't want to talk in front of that lawyer because he or she may really know what we're talking about. So I think when you do that, when you play games like that, it takes the anger level from here all the way up to here, and it breeds more suspicion and just makes you look really bad and really foolish, to be honest with you. So I think what you have to do is you've got to take it all the way back up to the front of your disclosure program. You have to, train your staff on empathy without prematurely admitting fault, how to stay engaged with patients and families without, jousting or speculating or trying to give answers off the cuff, simply saying what they know when they know it, and then, running a credible review, doing it as quickly as you possibly can, keeping the patient or family posted throughout that review, remain engaged with them, stay in touch with them as much as possible. We always say at least one time a week. And then when you are going to have that review meeting with the patient or family, you call them, you contact them, you email them, whatever, you find out who's coming, who all is coming, is it, mom and dad, grandma, is the priest going to be there? Oh, you're bringing a lawyer. Well, that's fine. Whoever they want to bring, it's up to them. It's really their meeting. It's for their benefit. And then you sit down and talk with that patient or family. If they do bring a lawyer, you have your lawyer there as well. Fair is fair. If the lawyer shows up by surprise, you may need to call a quick timeout and say, well, we need to get our own lawyer here, but we're certainly going to be willing to talk with you and your counsel. Now, these disclosure meetings should not be impromptu depositions. I think ground rules need to be put in place very quickly between the lawyers, saying, look, this is not a meeting that the lawyers are running. This is a meeting that the doctor and the patient and the family are running, and this is a chance for them to communicate and hopefully keep their relationship alive and solve whatever problems need solving. So I think you need to put some ground rules in place, but to cancel a meeting and to play that game is a major step backwards. The last scenario or thing to think about, sometimes there are those instances, and we hear these stories where, well before the disclosure meeting, the formal disclosure meeting, which happens after the review, you may have a lawyer in the hospital room, right after the event happened, and what do you do then? Again, I think that comes down to the training that you give your staff. Tell them not to run away and hide, because if they start running away and hiding and having hushed conversations in the hall, that feeds right into what a plaintiff's lawyer is looking for. They're looking for that cover-up. They're looking for that gotcha factor. You need to tell them to stay in that empathy zone, remain engaged, and keep talking with that patient or with that family, and stay in the ballgame. Because again, staying involved with your patient or family is the absolute best thing, not only for the hospital, the practice, the insurance company, the doctors and nurses. It's ultimately what's best for the patient and family. Hey, remember, we've got our preview webinar coming up December 5th and 6th. This is our, speaking of training doctors and nurses and frontline staff, this is our disclosure, our online disclosure training program that we have developed with Elm Exchange. This is a great learning tool that provides training for frontline staff in an economic and scalable fashion. This is how you literally get all your frontline docs and nurses as well as the new hires down the road, trained on disclosure. And we're going to have preview webinars to look at this, have folks like you look at this new online learning tool December 5th and December 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. All you need to do to register for this preview webinar is simply send us an email to doug@sorryworks.net, doug@sorryworks.net, or give me a call at 618-559-8168. We're really excited about this tool, and we hope you are excited too. Thanks so much for joining us today.